Good morning. Welcome to Saturday, January 6th. I got up and I am now disconnecting all the cables from the computer because I gotta get it moved. And in general, these desks have... Oh, that's just going over. I'm already on the floor. They have this hole here, and these sort of brackets on them, where cables can come down, which is a nice way to help manage cables and keep things looking nice. And some of the cables I can't do that with, like this one. This cable goes up to, well, it goes to the microphone, but it has its cover on top of it, so you can't tell that's where it is. As it goes to the microphone. And because I'll often bring that across the room, I probably won't be able to use that for that. I might, but it might need the length. But some things, you know, like the speakers or whatever, it'll at least tidy up some of the cables, and so that'll be nice. Yeah, so I'm getting everything disconnected and moved. So I got this put in the corner. I'm starting to just move stuff basically off of this desk because I need to pull this out and build the top part of it, which I didn't have room for until I had the other desk, just because the depth. I need the full use of it, but I will now. And I see all these little dirty footprints, and I'm like, oh wait. And yeah, on the bottom of my monitors, there's a lot of dust. I guess I missed that when I was cleaning them before bringing them over. So I'll clean that up and clean the bottom of the feet before putting them back. Yeah, I mean, I knew the box was small, but yeah, it looks like this should be relatively simple. Okay, nothing important. I was like, what am I tripping on? Nah, just the power strip. So far, I gotta say, this is much easier since you get to put the back on while it's laying flat on the floor. I don't have to like tape it up to try and... Definitely a easier job. Though, not sure exactly in the back, because eventually, once I get this secured on, there's like an overhang, and it screws into the back of that desk. Alright, got my little workstation assembled. Now I gotta get the computer back on it. Now, clearly, it's designed monitor spot, there's stuff here, monitor spot. Historically, I've had my monitors up against each other. Now I can do that. And if I do, it'll just pretty much block this off, and that's fine. Yeah, that won't really bother anything, because that won't probably be things I won't necessarily need to access all the time. But I think I'm going to try splitting them and actually putting one there, because I mean, I use a few programs, all my editing programs use two monitors. But they're not necessarily, like nothing is like going between the monitors. I mean, if it was, like the inch difference between the bezels on the monitors would bother me even. So nothing's like I don't have like an image that's split between them. It's mostly like on one side is like my file management, and the other side is actually where I'm looking at and editing videos. So I'm thinking it'll work fine if I just split the distance between them. So I'm gonna try just splitting the monitors up and having it where one's over here, one's over here. We'll see if I like it or not. But, yeah. At the very least, I got the furniture built, and I can get this moved over once I get the computer all in, because that'll be another thing we have to take stuff off. So I'm like, let's get the computer up and running first. But right now, I'm hungry. Yeah, just making some egg fried rice. I had some leftover rice in the fridge that was chilled, so... Haven't done this in a while. Figured that'd be nice. Food was good. And now I got so I got the computer, the monitors up there, and I got this on this board. Makes it work. It's easy to slide around. It will keep it up off the carpet so it doesn't, you know, have heat issues on the bottom. Like, pretty good. Now I just got all these wires and such to reconnect. And there she goes. turned on a little loud. I probably have to tighten some screws. I did decide to bring the microphone through the top of the desk because it pretty much goes across the room, and I won't need it that far, so it should still have the cable get to the floor with how I need it, so that should be fine. I'm trying something that I've not done, but I've kind of known. My keyboard, which I have my cool little editing keyboard, has USB ports on each side. So what I decided to do is to try hooking the mouse up through the keyboard. It'll give me a lot more freedom of movement with that. The keyboard has plenty cable length. I mean, it comes through, and I can just about get it over to this monitor if I wanted to, but otherwise it's coming through over there. And I can adjust some things underneath the table. There's a few things that I'm like, okay, if I want to adjust, that I kind of might want to adjust at some point. Notably, I've traditionally had the computer where the backside is the easiest to access, but I was originally going to turn it and have the backside against that and have it up here, just so the power button would be easier to reach. But the monitor cable over here was not long enough. Now, honestly, I might even be able to get away with making the switch if I just switched which monitor used which cable, because I think the other monitor has a longer cable. But then I'll have to reconfigure it all to switch everything like so that the displays aren't backwards. Not difficult, just something I'd have to do, so I put them where they would be originally. So if I really want to make the move, I'll probably try that first, or if not, I can buy a new cable. It's a DisplayPort cable. They sell those at various lengths. So worst case, buy a new one. Otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna restart this. Sometimes I turn on the computer and the fans are louder than I like. And generally, if I shut it off and turn it back on, it's fine. I probably need to clean or possibly replace some of the fans. My computer is getting a bit old. Probably getting kind of close to the point where with my other computer I had to replace the fans at a certain point. They're like the first thing to go. But I like the fans. The fans are the thing that make the computer red, which makes it make sense with the name Ginny, red hair, red lights in the computer. So I'm going to have to try and find red lights to replace it, because I like that. When you make a Windows computer, you have to name it. I choose actual names, not just like the room it's in or something. Just have. So I got a couple of video game episodes uploaded that the ones I'd done, the things I got ready last weekend. I just now got them up. Laundry and dishes, have those both going. Starting to get some stuff sort of put over here, clearing more space here, because essentially, if you see, there's all the cardboard and just junk over here. I gotta get it cleaned up at some point this weekend, because I want to try and film a video, because it'll make my week a lot less stressful if I do. Yeah, so I want to, start doing that so I can get everything kind of put together, and I'll also, with that, figure out, okay, now that I have the computers where do the videos get filmed now? And that'll keep changing over and over, especially as shelves fill up and just that kind of thing. But it's sort of the making progress with it. Anyways, so started doing some work with that, and I know yesterday I was over at my mom's, hanging out with her, Ethan, etc. And there were plans, hey, let's try and go out to eat before Ethan has to go home today. Cool. And it's like, it's getting late. I'm like, what's going on? I haven't heard anything. It's after 10. It's 10:20 right now. So I sent my mom a message. Hey, just, making sure I haven't missed anything. What's going on? To which she replies, I just woke up. Ethan is still asleep. It's going to be a bit. And I'm like, okay. So I guess I'm thinking I'll go do some shopping. I got to get probably grocery shopping and such done. I guess I'll go do that. I'm like, I've been up for 4 hours. I've been up for 4 hours. I've been awake for longer, but it's 4 hours since I got out of bed and started my day, and they're just like, oh no, we just woke up. Ugh. Lazy. Lazy. But yeah, I did need to get some grocery shopping done today. So I guess I'll do that. I'm at Aldi. I'm getting milk because the milk I have is now past expiration. Now I've used maybe a cup and a half of what I had before, but I figure it's $1.50, and so basically if I use that, it still makes it where like the mac and cheese that I'm making with it is less than $1 for a meal. Still a good deal. I'm like, even if I don't use all of it, it's cheap enough, it's fine. Seems fine. My mom bought me cheese so I can make grilled cheese like at Christmas. Just around there. I need bread to do so though, so I'm getting some sourdough bread. Everybody loves sourdough. And I guess since I'm getting bread, might as well get deli meat and stuff to make sandwiches too. Just now thought of that as I passed by. I was like, yeah, get that. Sounds good. I'm getting a couple things of orange juice because I go through that pretty fast. And there was something that I saw here last time that I opted against and have regretted since, and they still have it, so that's good because I know it's one of their limited time things, and that is these laundry baskets. I got two, one black, one white, or one, I guess brown, one white, to separate my laundry as I go through. And I'm going to use these instead of taking the basket that I've been using when I was at my mom's place. So they're narrower, they'll go up against a wall. I think they'll work better. I'm also going to get a couple of these storage bins, hoping that they fit inside the entertainment center. I haven't measured the space. If they work, wonderful. If not, I'm sure I'll find something else to do with them. But I'm just going to get a couple, and if they work, great. That would mean that I'll have a couple of them to put in there to just store random stuff. A lot of those cubbies will end up with things like video game consoles or such, but at least a few, I mean, even if it's just controller storage or something, it'd be nice to have some. Man, it is crazy in there. But I guess that's just something I would have to get used to if I get the set schedule with Saturday, Sunday off, and I'm just always off on the same day that the majority of people are. You know, for the longest time I have, you know, rotating schedules, so I end up with days off that everyone else is working, and so I'm used to places being kind of empty. But it's a weekend now, and it was packed in there. But I do have a bid in at work, basically requesting to get Sundays off. I'm fine with Sunday, Monday, or Saturday, Sunday. After that, and also just because working a weekend gives you a differential on the paycheck. I'd kind of like Sunday, Monday, but there's other things like during the summer, I would much prefer Saturday, Sunday. Saturdays mean going out garage sailing with my mom. Great fun. Saturdays mean no worries as far as going to the Muni and having the next day off. All of that is definitely a benefit with having a Saturday off, so I could go either way, but man, it's crowded out on the weekends. Moment of truth. It's a little tight, but I think it'll work. Particularly once they're folded out. So I think that'll be good. And then we have these baskets, which I was thinking I could put in maybe the bathroom or the laundry room, depending on what I want to do. I'm thinking now that I'm here, yeah, I put one there and one beside it, and that'll be able to sort out laundry storage. I can separate it as I go, so I don't have to do it like right when I do laundry, which is what I've been doing, which worked fine when I was at the house, and I had to force all my laundry into one day anyways, so I'd pull out the big hamper, sort it all out, and get it all done. Right now, I'm doing laundry sort of as I need to, and not in all at once. I'll do whites maybe one day, wait a few days, do some darks. Now I can have it where it's already separated, so that'll be nice. Meeting my mom and Ethan up at Gingham's to get some lunch. I think technically for them it's breakfast. because they are lazy. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But yeah, so that'll be fun. Gonna hang out with them a bit, and I'm gonna get burger, because when I get a burger I get a salad with it, unlike the appetizer sampler. And I'm just really craving one of their salads. The salad sounds really good right now.
We pray your blessing on Mom, that she would heal fast. And we pray your help with Mike's family as he loses his dad. We're just grateful for your help for everything. In Jesus' name, amen.
How's Grandma doing?
She is in a lot of pain.
Food was good. And now I'm taking Ethan home. But first we're going to Lowe's, because I gotta get a carbon monoxide detector. Remembered, oh wait, I forgot to put that in. I'm living here. I don't want to die. They did not have the carbon monoxide detector I needed. Guess I risked dying. I did get some power strips, so that's good. And we're gonna stop by Fancy Shop before I take him home, because it's nearby. Alright, so I checked and I got $40 in credit from the used gaming auction, which I still haven't spent. So I'm gonna see what I want to buy. With my $40 credit, I was able to get a couple of things, and so basically by spending $3, I got a Starfinder flip mat with some starships, which I don't have Starfinder, and I don't know when I'll be playing a sci-fi game next, but it looks cool and it looks fun, so I figured I'd do that. And then I also got Pathfinder Pawns, which is the Traps and Treasure, which instead of being like pawns that go in the standees, are designed to like lay on the ground and represent things. And I'm like, that's interesting. That's not something I've seen, so figured I'd check that out too. Now I'm taking this guy home. And after dropping off Ethan, I'm here at the Home Depot, where I will be able to find and purchase a carbon monoxide detector for the condo. And I can say this with confidence, because if I don't find it, I won't include this clip. It's like I can see the future. Got it. Got another vlog edited, so I'm getting ahead. That's something I haven't done in a while. I got carbon monoxide detector up by the thermostat. Couple the new products I got up here, so I have 4 things to do unboxings of, so I'm set there. And with the power strips, what I ended up getting was I decided for the time being I'll just use the power strip I already have below the computer for that. But rather than just using a normal power strip, I wanted a surge protector for the electronics over here. And I got a simple one. My original idea was to use that over there and get a new one for the computers. And I may still do that at some point. I might actually try and get a battery backup over for the computer. So that if ever I'm filming and power goes out, it at least has enough of a backup that I can get over here, save the file, and shut it down properly. And if I do that, then this bigger power strip will probably come over to the TV here. Because right now I can have the TV and 3 other things. Now, that'll be fine. It'll just sort of mean it's going to be somewhere where I'm going to possibly have to switch out what console is connected to it occasionally. But there's really only ever going to be, I'm not going to be frequently switching between more than 3. But I might occasionally have to switch it with how small of one I got. But it saved, getting the bigger one's like more than twice as much, so whatever. And then I got another one with an 8-foot cord, because when I put in the bed, there was an outlet back here that I have a power strip coming over here to, and there was another area for a plug that I decided not to use. I was like, I don't need it. I'll have enough over here, which I just barely do. The only other thing I would do would be to send it to the foot of the bed. There's already a outlet there. Now, something that I was just not going through my head at that point, that's the outlet that's controlled by the light switch, which means it's a very useful outlet, but it's not a constant power outlet. And so if I want a constant power outlet by the foot of the bed, I'm going to have to send one over there. So I got an 8-foot cord on a surge protector, and I'll Well, I will set it on top of the bed for now. And eventually, I might do it today. I might do it in several months from now. I will pull the headboard out enough that I can plug it in, run it along the side, and get it over to the foot of the bed. Seems like an obnoxious amount of work, but whatever. And alright, I have the entertainment center attached to the wall as well. It's in its spot. So that corner's pretty much, I mean, obviously stuff on things, but the corner itself is got the furniture where it goes. Just sort of the whole little computer station going into TV, where I'll have the games, which will hook up to the Elgato, which will go over to the computer. All sort of there, together, wonderful. So very cool. Got it all put together. Good. And I actually had to take one of the mounts off in order to get the plug through and plug it in. But I got power strip in now. I'm probably going to try and get this set back up, only it's going to go through the Elgato now. Which pretty much the way that, because this TV has two HDMI ports, one of them goes to this coil of cable that will go to the camera whenever I hook up. It's black and black, you can see. I got a big long HDMI cable there. The other one goes to the Elgato, and whatever system I'm playing will just plug into the Elgato and go through that into the TV. And that way if I want to capture it, it's already ready. And also I don't have to fumble around behind the TV to find the HDMI port. It's something that can be up front. So I figure that's what I'll do for that. And I got things hooked up there. I got the Wii U hooked up. And I put it in through the Elgato. And the TV didn't recognize it. Now I don't know if that's Wii U issue, if that's TV recognizing through Elgato issue, or if that's simply because the Elgato isn't hooked to the computer, and even if it's not recording, it would need to be hooked to the computer, like for power. That could be the issue. I'm not really sure. But I don't feel like digging into it and trying to figure out tonight. It's a little late, and I'm hungry. So I'm going to make myself tomato soup and grilled cheese, since I have the means to do so. As I picked up the bread and such today. And then I'm going to lay down for bed. Perhaps at least starting first few pages or something of Xanathar's Guide. Need to start reading that. And I will note, I don't know if what I do is common or not. Like I'm reading a book, you know, you need a bookmark. And they make bookmarks, but I don't tend to use normally made bookmarks, like just sold bookmarks. What I use are playing cards, because I will at times have many books going at once, particularly when it is role-playing game books and that kind of thing. Sometimes, like when I was going through GURPS, I was going through several of the books at one time. And so it's nice to have multiples. And what I was able to do is just take a deck of cards that had lost a card, so it was pointless anyways, and just decide the rest of these are all bookmarks now. So I instantly had like 51 bookmarks. Anyways, so I'm gonna do that and eat, and then go to bed. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye. And Mike's dad, Ivan, just passed away. He's been in the hospital, I think, since Christmas. And they've been pretty sure that was going to happen pretty soon. I didn't know him very well. I've met him a few times. He was a nice man. I don't have a great personal relationship or anything like that, but I know Mike, and I know it'll be hard on him. And so that makes me sad, at the very least.